I know it's been a while since I made another video. I'm sorry, but in today's video, I'm going to talk about working night shift as a nurse, my night shift routine. Um, First of all, why do I work night shift? And for me, it's simply just for financial purposes. Um, as I'm sure for like most places, if not everywhere, you get paid more money working night shift. Like it's either a set rate or it is a percentage rate. So my first job, I was working for Dignity, and they do I think a 17 or 18% increase of your hourly. So it's like if you get paid hourly and you get paid by percentage, then the more you make per hour, then the more you can make night shift because it's going to be off that percentage. I recently transferred to a new company, Honor Health, and they have a set rate dollar sign. So if you're kind of like starting out on like a lower end per hour, then it's like if you have like a set rate of an increase for working night shift, you get paid more quicker rather than in the long run. And then so with my new company, they actually pay me more per hour, and their night shift differential is actually more than my percentages as well. So it was like all in all more money. Besides the financial stuff, that video is going to be for another, that topic's for another video. I work night shift because one, I don't really have like a set sleeping pattern. I kind of sleep whenever I want, or I can go off 4 hours of sleep and just go. So I think that helps a lot. And then again, for financial purposes, like I'm young, so I'm trying to stack money as much as I can. So working night shift for me is kind of makes sense. So for my routine, that's for someone who does not sleep as much as most people, more than likely. So if it's day one, and let's say I have to go to work tonight, like right now it is 1 p.m. If I have to go to work tonight, I will wake up around about 8 a.m. and then I will take a nap from about 2:30 or 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. So I take 2.5 to 3 hour naps. Then I have an hour of downtime to get ready for work. I go to work, get there, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. When I get home in the morning, I used to do two things. So when I first started, I would just stay up from when I got home, so like 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Because like that's, for night shift, that's your opposite schedule. So that time is like our downtime before going back to sleep again. So I would stay up from like 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's my downtime. Sometimes I go to the gym, sometimes I just hang out at home or go run errands. And then from 12 until like 5, I go to sleep, do it all over again. So I really only get 5 hours of sleep no matter what, at most. Then go back to work, I do it all over again. So on day 3, when I get off of work, so I get off at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. By the time I get home around 8 a.m. and this is like my last day, I will tend to either just stay up like until from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Just rest of the day because I can, or just like, just like, let's just tire myself out and then I can go to bed and sleep normal, get back on schedule. Or if there's like an event I need to go to, I'll get home at 8 a.m. and then I will try to go to sleep within the next hour of being home. And then by that time, if I go to bed early, then I can get up around 1 p.m. And then, so now it's 1 p.m. and then I have the rest of my day to just do whatever. So it kind of just depends. Lately, when I've been getting home around 8 a.m., honestly, like now by like 9:30 a.m., I'm already like, all right, it's time to go to bed. Like I haven't been staying up until 12 lately. I just been like dying. So if that's the case, and I'll go to bed 9. But then the good thing is I get up early. So I like to give myself, I don't like to sleep as long as I can right before I have to go to work. I like to give myself a minimum of an hour of downtime before I go to work. So I get up and then I'll watch some TV, some sports or news. I like to eat, let myself get awake first, and then I can go to work. I feel like if you sleep as long as you can, you roll out of bed, and then you just go to work, I feel like you don't give yourself enough time to wake up. As far as caffeine, like, night shift, probably think I'm just downing caffeine. I only drink caffeine on days that I work. Even when I work out, like, I don't do pre-workout. So only caffeine days that I work, and it's either like one drink from Dunkin' Donuts, one coffee drink from Dunkin', or it's one Bang energy drink. So I just have like one of those shift, and that's it. No more extra caffeine intake. One, caffeine is super addictive, so if you don't need it, don't take it. Second, I just do it to help me get through. So sometimes I drink in the beginning of my shift, sometimes I drink it around like the 12 a.m., 1 a.m. mark, just to help me push through the end. If you're someone like me, also, like if you have a long drive, like I used to have a long drive coming from downtown Phoenix. I did extend my drive again. When I was working in downtown Phoenix, I would drive home so tired. Super dangerous. So if you're someone like that also, then I would recommend drinking caffeine maybe like 2 hours or an hour before you get off work to help you get home. It's like, I can't stress you like how many times I was dozing off. So I started doing that now if I feel like I need it. Otherwise, I'm just getting the flow of it. Night shift is cool. Where I'm at and where I've also worked, it's such a different routine. Like day shift, you have PT, OT, pharmacy, you have your rounds, you have doctors, you have family members. So many interruptions go on during the day shift. Night shift, all those people, they go home. So really you're left with just your fellow nurses. Maybe you have to go to some scans, CAT scan, MRI. Obviously doctors are always there, but you don't have to be interrupted by PT. Way less family members. So the whole flow is just a little bit slower, a little quieter, which is super nice. And I've worked a lot of day shift, and I've worked night shift. I can do both flows, but like honestly, the night shift flow is a little better. The only downfall is you do not have a normal life. So I also work 3 days in a row. I have to work 3 days in a row. You can do 2 on, 2 off, and then 1. Do not, highly recommend, do not work, if you're working night shift, do not split your days. You work Monday and you're off Tuesday, well really you're getting off Tuesday morning. So now you have to go home and sleep. And let's say you have like 8 hours left in the day, and then the next day you already have to go back to work. So highly recommend to group your days together, either work 2, off 2, or just work 3 straight. When you work 3 straight, you just get them done. And for me personally, I feel like when I work 3 straight in a row, my week flies. Like, you work, go home and sleep, and you go back to work technically in the same day. And when I do it that way, I feel like my days fly by, and then before you know, I have 4 or more days off, depending on how you make your schedule. If you group them together, you can, like last week I just had 8 days off, and you can do that honestly like all the time if you just make your schedule the correct way, which is another beauty about nursing. And also if you just work your 3 straight. So highly recommend to do that. Otherwise, night shift is great. Nursing has been, honestly for me, it's the past year, it's been super eye-opening more. So like when I was working in the neuro ICU, that's when I first started. And I was like, okay, it was cool, but I got bored really quickly, and switched to the medical ICU and seeing just so many different things. And I realized how much I didn't know. And of course, I've only done it for a year and a half, but like, it became repetitive for me working in that neuro ICU. And not all neuro ICUs are like this, trust me. This is just one particularly I was working in. And now that I've been in some different fields, every day is different. I'm learning so many new things. Just another friend of mine, if you guys, thinking about doing nursing, or you're already in nursing school, I highly recommend keep on pushing. Again, year and a half, and I've already been to a few different areas or companies, and I've seen so many great things. Met tons of new people. It's also interesting to see how different companies, even the same company, how people do things. You know, some people think they had to find a different evidence-based practices, I guess, you know, with laying your patient down with the tube feed. Some companies are like, no, turn it off and you lay them down. Some are like, no, there's no proof saying that it hurts them. So stuff like that, you know, is way different. But yeah, I just, again, highly recommend you guys keep on pushing through it. I've seen cool things, I'm learning, growing. I would like to share more experiences with you guys. I've just been slacking. I don't know what my deal is. I moved out to my own apartment now, so now I have someone to film all the time, so really have no excuse. So, hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.